Hello friends, now let us learn a few points about some lower limb movements. So what are the lower limb movements seen? We have the lower limb movements like Faber. First we have Faber. What is this Faber? Faber include flexion, abduction and external rotation. This flexion and abduction and external rotation leads to lengthening of the limb. Okay, this will lead to lengthening of the limb. So where do you see this Faber or flexion, abduction and external rotation? This Faber, it is mainly, I'll write here again, this Faber is seen in synovitis. Okay, synovitis can be due to infections. If it is due to infections, it is called as septic arthritis, though the name is misnomer. Okay, then we have iliotibial traction band contraction also. In iliotibial band contraction also we can have this flexion, abduction and external rotation. This iliotibial band contraction occurs in polio. Okay, then we have anterior dislocation of hip joint. In anterior dislocation of hip joint due to trauma, in this also you see this flexion, abduction and external rotation. Then we have the test which is done for iliotibial contraction, and this is called as Auber test. So what is this Auber test? This is mainly done for diagnosing the iliotibial contracture in poliomyelitis. So if you see it here, the hip is in flexion, abduction and external rotation. So what he does is, because the hip is abducted and extended by the examiner, and he drops the head. First he will abduct the hip and extend. So here if you see what is the examiner doing, he is extending. He has what did the examiner do? He had abducted the hip and he had extended. So the hip is abducted and extended by the examiner, and then he drops the leg. Okay, if the knee of the same side drops down, it means that there is no contracture. Okay, but when do we call it as positive? If the iliotibial tract is under contracture, it won't drop down, the knee will not come down. Okay, that is the thigh always will remain in abducted position. Normally if the examiner drops the thigh, it should come back to its normal position, right? It should come back, then it is no contracture, that means the test is negative. But if in iliotibial tract contraction, then the thigh will remain in abducted position. So this is Auber test which is done. Then we have, so if there is Faber, that is Faber, whenever there is fever, swelling or absent limb movements, and think that these are present in the joint, then on examination you will see there is flexion, abduction and external rotation. Then you will have to see the age of the patient. If the age of the patient is 6 to 12 years of age and he is non-toxic and there is decreased movements of the joint, if the age is 6 to 12 years, non-toxic and there is decreased movement of joint, then it is most probably transient synovitis. In transient synovitis, you will have to do X-ray mass absorption spectrometry and you will have to do an rest. Okay, you will have to advise the rest. Then if similar patient where the age of the child is 0 to 5 years of age and he is toxic with fever, raised ESR and CRP, and there is no limb movement at all. See, in this transient synovitis there is decreased limb movement, whereas in septic arthritis there are increased limb movements, right? So in this you will have to do septic arthritis. So you will have to think it is septic arthritis and you will have to do X-ray, MRI, aspiration of orthoscopic swelling. In this you should do X-ray, MRI, aspiration or orthoscopic swelling, and here if you do surgery plus antibiotics based on the treatment, based on the culture sensitivity, you can give antibiotics. Okay, so this is how you treat whenever there is Faber at hip. And we have already learnt about the anterior dislocation of hip and iliotibial tract we have seen. So infections can be of two types: one septic arthritis, second tendon transient synovitis. Okay, the next group is Fader. That is, in the next group we see flexion, adduction and internal rotation. Okay, this is flexion, adduction, internal rotation. So where do you see this flexion, adduction and internal rotation? This flexion, adduction and internal rotation mainly occurs in posterior dislocation of hip. It is most commonly seen in posterior dislocation of hip. So what is this XMAS? XMAS is X-ray, MRI, aspiration and arthroscopy or swelling. You will have to do X-ray, you will have to do MRI, and through that you will have to aspirate it or you will have to do arthroscopy, right? Then so this is about the limb movements. So thank you guys for watching my lecture. In the next class we will come up with even more new topic. Thank you.